Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back again with another video. Today I'd like to talk about the Note 10 Plus 1 year later. Now, of course, I've had this phone now for a little over a year, and I gotta say, I love this device. It's a beast of a device, and for those of you that are Note fans and you're trying to debate whether you should go Note 10 Plus or the Note 20 Ultra, you can't go wrong with either device, but for me, I would say go with the Note 10 Plus. I just think you're going to get a great device, no doubt about it. And you're going to pay considerably less money for it. And to me, you're going to get a little bit more value. Now, that's just my opinion. Some people are going to agree, some people are not going to agree. But I think the Note 10 Plus is a beast of a phone, and to me, it's definitely not worthy of an upgrade from the 10 Plus to the Note 20 Ultra. Now, if you're coming from the Note 9 or the Note 8, or even some cases, I know people that still have the Note 4, the Note 5. I mean, there's people that still holding on to these older Note phones. And it's not because they don't want to upgrade at all. It's because it's the features and things that they have on those devices they just don't want to give up. And I can understand that. But at some point, unless you can root it, you're just going to have to let it go at some point because it's just going to stop. And some people are willing. I've go back and forth in the comments on certain videos with people, and they're like, look, I'm going to run the phone until it dies. So there's people out there that's like that. Now, me, I'm not going to do that. If I feel like a phone is definitely worthy of an upgrade, I'm going to upgrade. But when I feel like it's an incremental upgrade, like I believe the Note 10 Plus is to the Note 20 Ultra, there's no reason for me to upgrade. But this is not a comparison video. I don't have the Note 20 Ultra, and I don't know if I'm going to pick that phone up. I'm definitely not picking it up to buy it, but I may pick it up just to review it, get my opinion of it and go from there. I may not, I'm not sure. But I want to talk to you very quickly, if I can, about the Note 10 Plus. How's my experience been, over the course of a year? And I have to say, for the most part, it's been great, honestly. I mean, of course, I have some issues with the device, which I'll discuss, when I talk about it. But overall, I absolutely love this device. It's my favorite device out of all the devices that I have, and I have quite a few of them. This phone never comes out of my pocket. It always keeps my SIM card in it. And I'm telling you, it's a Note. I need the S Pen. I love the boxy shape. I love the design. That's why it's always going to be in my pocket. It's a Note. Now, everything else is secondary. My Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro, that's in my pocket. And my OnePlus 17 Pro, those are the two that's fighting for second place. Because I love both of those too, but they're fighting for second place. But the Note is number one. All right? And I'm going to tell you why. So you got here a 6.8-inch Quad HD Dynamic AMOLED Infinity O display with a 91% screen-to-body ratio. Now, the only issue I got, now I love this, absolutely love this display. Samsung makes the best displays on any phone. But my issue with the display is not the display itself. It's the fact that I got some really, really deep scratches. I know you're not going to be able to tell because the phone is lit up. You can only tell if I have this phone at a certain angle. But it got scratched. Let me see if I can show it to you once the screen turn off. I don't know. Okay. See, the light just hit it? Let me turn it back. If you can really see, it's hard to see. See, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but there's some really deep scratches going across the whole display. And this is supposed to be Gorilla Glass 6. I'm very disappointed how easily this is to scratch. Now, I got a Note 4 that I've had now for a really long time. I have absolutely not one scratch on that device. And I think that was probably Gorilla Glass 3. Absolutely no scratches. And here, Gorilla Glass 6, and I got these big, deep scratches on this device. And the reason why it bothers me so much because it interferes with my S Pen experience. When I'm trying to use the S Pen and slide the S Pen over the screen, I can feel those deep groove scratches on the display. And sometimes I feel it when I'm scrolling using my thumb, and it really annoys me. So I might have to just replace this phone. Unless I can go somewhere and they can replace the screen and it not cost me an arm and a leg, but I don't know. But that's the only issue I have with the display. Other than that, The display is absolutely gorgeous. Samsung makes the best displays, like I said before. Absolutely phenomenal display. Next thing, the build quality. I love the build quality. This phone is built so beautifully. Gorilla Glass 6, love that design. See, that's a camera module right there. That ain't too humongous, and I just that one on the Note 20 is so huge. Like I prefer, this looks a lot more elegant and a lot more classy, in my opinion. I just love the build quality. This phone was made very, very, very well. I love it. You'll love it too. So that's, when you're dealing with Samsung, you're always going to get great, great hardware when it comes to their devices. And the next thing here, you have an always-on display, which I absolutely love. Gotta love an always-on display. I absolutely love it. Sorry, this thing keeps coming on. That's just, I love that always-on display. It's the best. And it's a fully functional always-on display. You can control your brightness. You can get your let me tap it for you and show you real quick. Okay, so you can change the brightness on it. You scroll, you can see if you're playing music, it'll tell you what music you're playing. You scroll again, you can get your events for the day, get the time, next alarm, you get the weather, and then you get whatever routines are running in the background. So it's a fully functional, always on display. And also you got where the hit for your fingerprint sensor. You always know where that's at. Excuse me. So now that I showed you the build quality, let me put this thing back in the case. Now I have to use this phone in the case because for me, the phone is slippery. That's why I always use cases on my devices, the majority of them, because the phones are just slippery for me. All right. Now also, the issue I had with this phone is the poor button placement with the power button being on the left side. I absolutely hate that. So at least with the Note 20 Ultra, they put it back on the right side where it belongs. But that was a really bad, dumb decision by Samsung to put the power button on the left side of the device. That made no sense to me. Here you got 256 gigs of internal storage, which I absolutely love because I'm a person that needs a lot of storage because I store a lot of movies, music, videos, photos, a lot of stuff on my phone. Now I know there's people out there that say, well, just use cloud storage. Cloud storage is cool, and I do use Google Photos, but there are some things I don't want to store in the cloud. There's some things that are sensitive, that I don't want to put in the cloud because clouds can be hacked. That pretty much everything is hackable. So when it comes to certain things, I don't want it in the cloud. I want it directly on my device. So having 256 gigs is great. I also love that because when I want to shoot, 4K video, or if I want to do stuff that's really heavy duty, I got plenty of space for it and my apps. So I love the fact that this phone comes with 256 gigs of internal storage, unlike the S20 Ultra, 128, $1,400, the Note 20 Ultra, $1,300, 128 gigs. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they just didn't stick with 256 gigs. To me, I didn't have a problem with that, especially because of the price. Now, this phone was $1,100, 256, and you charge us $200 more and give us less storage? Makes no sense to me. Also, of course, you got expandable memory up to 1 terabyte. I love that because, like I said, I'm a storage monster. I need the storage. And I have, matter of fact, a 500 gig memory card in this device right now, and I only have like 3 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs left. See, because it's packed with movies, and movies take up a lot of space. That's just me. Now, there's plenty of people out there, well, why don't you just stream? I don't want to have to worry about streaming anything. When I want to watch a movie, it's at my command. It's on my device. I can watch it whenever I want. And I could just take a card out, put another card in, depending on what's on it, and just go with it. I love that, okay? I think all flagship top-tier phones should have expandable memory. Now, Xiaomi, I love the Mi 10 Pro, but I wish it had expandable memory, honestly. I wish they would put that on their devices. Same thing with Google. Same thing with OnePlus. They need to put expandable memory on these devices. All right, next thing. Of course, you get the 12 gigs of RAM. And I got to say, the RAM management on the Note 10 Plus is excellent. No issues with the RAM management at all. Holds all my applications that I open in the background, and it can hold them open for days. So the RAM management is A1. Of course, you get the 4,300 milliamp battery, all day battery life. I'm still getting great battery life out of this device. Now, of course, there's some people that's going to say, well, it's not as good as it used to be. Keep in mind, y'all, battery life, like I said before, and I'll say it again, will always vary depending on how you use your device. If you're using it very, very heavy, like I say, shooting a lot of 4K videos, say you're converting videos, downloading videos, you got the brightness way up, you're streaming a lot of video. It depends on what you're doing with your device. Okay? It all depends on what you're doing with your device, how you use it. Or if you're playing high graphic intensive games, you're going to use a little bit more battery. But it will get you through a day. Now, average day for me is 18 hours from 4 a.m. in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty much using the phone, for the most part, medium to heavy. I'm getting 18 hours. And I'm saying at the end of the day, I got like 20% battery left. So that's good for me. Now, I can't speak for other people. I'm only speaking from my experience. Now, the issue I do have with the battery, though, is the standby time. Samsung, for some reason, just cannot figure out a way to deal something with this battery drain when you're not using the device. Even when I'm not using the device, I'm still losing battery, and I don't like that. Like the OnePlus 17 Pro, if I don't use that phone, I'm not hardly using no battery. Like, use 1% in like 3 or 4 hours. That's what I'm talking. It just sips on battery. For some reason, Samsung's phones still cannot figure out a way to have better standby time, and I don't like that. Like, literally, I had a phone, S20 Ultra, perfect example. Didn't use the phone all day. Okay, took it off the charger 100% this morning. I get home for my little break. I lost 9% of battery, and I had not even turned the screen on. That's ludicrous. So Samsung need to figure out a way with the standby time on the batteries. They need to figure that out. All right, of course, the 25-watt super fast charging. And I got to give the Samsung, it took them a while to catch up to the competition, but the 25-watt charger is excellent. It charges the phone very fast. I can go from 0 to 70% in 30 minutes, and full charge, 65 minutes is awesome. I love it. And this phone is capable of 45-watt charging, but you got to buy that separate through Samsung. Now you got 18-watt fast wireless charging, which is cool, but it's kind of slow. And the only reason why I'm saying that, because I have a Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro that has 30-watt wireless charging, and it's really, I could fully charge my phone in an hour, like literally, with a wireless charger. So I wish Samsung had faster wireless charging on this. It's okay. It takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge it from dead, and that's not bad. But man, that 30-watt wireless charging on the Xiaomi is a beast. And also, of course, OnePlus has that on their 8 Pro. They have the 30-watt wireless charging, and I like that. All right, but it's cool. It's cool. You also have 9-watt reverse wireless charging. Now, of course, with that, you can charge another phone. You could charge earbuds, wireless earbuds. You could charge a smartwatch. And I've used it a few times. It could come in handy when you need it, or if you're in a pinch, or if somebody else needs some battery. They don't have a charger, and there's no way to plug up the phone, and you could give them a little charge to keep their phone from powering off. It's a good thing to have. Next thing, dual stereo speakers. Now, these dual stereo speakers on this device is really, really good. I really enjoy them. And that was one of the reasons why I upgraded from the Note 9 to the Note 10 Plus, because I like really loud, good sounding speakers. Now, the only thing they could have had a deeper, more full stereo sound. Like the S20 Ultra speakers sound better than these, but these don't sound bad. They're very loud, but they just need that more full stereo sound. and that would have put them over the top in my opinion. But the speakers on here are really, really great. Tuned by AKG, Dolby Atmos, they're awesome. Of course, you got your Samsung DeX. You can turn this device into a laptop, which I have still not got into yet. I will. I'm just not on my laptop like that, you guys. I mean, I'm mostly on my phone. I pretty much do everything off of my phone, because we all know that these phones now, for those that have them, they're like mini computers, basically. Mini computers. That's pretty much what they are. And I pretty much do everything on my device. But I'm gonna get to Samsung DeX. I will. I promise you that. Of course, you got Samsung Pay. Now, I love Samsung Pay because it's accepted everywhere. You can leave your credit cards home, your debit cards home. Just take your phone and you're good to go. The only issue I'm having with Samsung Pay, for some reason, the app keeps turning on while it's in my pocket. Like the device is off, not turned off, but the screen. I turn the screen off, put the phone in my pocket, and I go to take the phone out of my pocket, and it's on Samsung Pay, and I don't know why the screen keeps turning on. Like, it does it on any phone, any Samsung phone that has it. It just keeps turning Samsung Pay on. I don't understand why, and I hate that, because that's going to drain my battery, because my screen is always pretty high. So I don't like that, and I don't know why that's happening. I hope Samsung can figure that out, because I hate that. There's no reason for Samsung Pay to be activating when I'm not even touching the phone. It's in my pocket, and it's not rubbing up against anything. It just keeps turning the screen on. And it's only when I'm using Samsung Pay. If I uninstall Samsung Pay, my screen never turns on. So I hope that's Samsung. Listen, I hope that's something you can fix. Secure folder. I love secure folders, because you can store apps, videos, and photos in secure folder. And that's something that, things in there you don't want nobody to see. You can put them in secure folder. Good to go. I love secure folder. When I'm using a phone that don't have it, I really miss it. But I know some of you probably saying, well, that's not a big deal, because, you got your fingerprint sensor, and you could get a lock app, and you can lock it up. And I understand that, but it's nothing like having that already built into your phone. I just like that. Screen recording, I love that too, because you can record in high res. Record right from your home screen. Also has audio capabilities. I love that. And I've used it, and it looks really, really good. So I love screen recording. Of course, you have your edge panels. Edge panels to me are very, very useful. I use them all the time, and they come in handy. I love them. You got so many different things, you can use with the edge panels. Now, some people have these and don't even use them, but these are very, very convenient for me, and I love them. Edge panels is great. Of course, you have your edge lighting. Every time you get a notification, all the borders around the phone will light up. And you could have them light up to different colors, or you could have them light up to the color of the app that's pushing them. I usually have it set up where it would the duration is long. You could change the different options, how it looks. You don't have to look the same. I just like the regular Galaxy one with the little sparkles, and I have it set up where whatever color the app is, that's what the animation will be, and I like that. Of course, you got your lock screen wallpapers. Now, I know you probably already saw that. I'm using a live one, and I'm using Las Vegas. Let me get rid of these notifications. See, I'm using Las Vegas. I'm always getting notifications, and I like this. It moves and all that. So I love the lock screen wallpapers. Now, they do have them. If you decide not to use the live ones, you could use just the regular wallpapers. And I usually use the one that has food. And every time I turn the screen off, it's going to show me a different wallpaper. And I like that because, I don't know, for me, I don't like to turn on my phone and see the same thing all the time. That's why if you're paying attention, you can see that my screen constantly keeps changing. I have my wallpapers change every single minute because I like to see something different every time I'm looking at my phone, every time I open up my phone. That's just me. I know there's people that have wallpapers, that are the same all the time. They have photos of their loved ones and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's different. For me, I prefer wallpapers, and I prefer it to, for them to be changing constantly. That's just me. Of course, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. Now, this phone is just as fast and smooth as it was the day that I unboxed it. It has not slowed down at all. No lag, no nothing. Just buttery smooth and fast. So I know the newer processor is the A65, and that's probably 10% faster, and that's fine. I can't really tell the difference that much, to be honest with you, because I do have the S20 Ultra, and the speed of that phone is not that drastically different than the speed of this phone. Of course, the next thing you have that I love about this phone, you have the one-handed mode. Now, I use this every single day, and you may wonder why, because the phone is really tall, and I don't have huge, gigantic hands. So just to make the screen small and be able to reach everything with my thumb easily, I love this. I love this option. I could go from left to right. I mean, I just love that. And then I could just press and it just go back to normal. So I use this all the time, every single day. I love this. And I hope more phones adapt this, because this is very, very useful. One-handed mode, I love it. And I'm told that OnePlus is getting ready to put it on their devices, which is good. I don't know if it's going to look exactly like Samsung's, but I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be coming in an update this month. All right, One UI. One UI, I love One UI so much because it's loaded with features. Now, I know there's people out there that don't care about a phone with a bunch of features. They want a more simplistic, stock Android feel, and that's cool. Y'all good with that? Me, I love features. I want a whole lot of ways to change my phone, a lot of things to play with, change this, change that. I love options, I love features, and I love One UI. It makes the phone a lot more reachable, brings everything down so you can easily reach it. So I'm loving One UI. It's my favorite skin, and then I would say Oxygen OS is definitely number 2. Next thing I love about this device also, and this has more so to do with Samsung, now they finally started putting 3 years of update support on these devices. It's about time. Samsung, you're late to the party, but at least you made it to the party. Now, this phone is going to get Android 11 and Android 12. Now, originally it was scheduled just to get Android 11, and that was going to be the last software update for this phone. Now, whether they were going to still give you more versions of the One UI, I don't know, but it would have been the last Android update. But now it's going to get Android 12 as well. So thank you, Samsung, for finally giving us 3 years of Android software updates. Next thing, the AKG headphones in the box, USB Type-C. I love them. They don't always stay in my ear very securely, but they sound great, honestly. I mean, they really, really do. That's why I was so deeply disturbed when I found out the Note 20 Ultra, they didn't have no headphones in the box. You had to get on Samsung's website and ask for them, which I think is utterly ridiculous. I mean, it's a $1,300 device. What do you mean I got to request them? Just put them in the box. It's $1,300. So this one, of course, came with the headphones in the box, and they sound really, really great to me. Of course, you got the theme store where you could just customize your phone even the more. I mean, there's so many options. Samsung has a great theme store. For those that do have a Samsung device, you should definitely check out their theme store. They give you so many ways to customize your device. Next thing, you got Good Lock. Now, Good Lock is also great because it adds another layer of customization to your device. See, you got create new lock screen style, customize your special quick panels, task changer with new style, clock faces, you can change that. Multi-star, enjoy enhanced multi-window experience. You got Navstar, create your own navigational bar. Home up, enjoy enhanced One UI home experience. Notistar is a new notification management. Click down here on family, and you got even more stuff that you could change. So the phone is highly, highly customizable. Samsung just keep giving you more and more ways to customize your phone and enhance your overall experience. Next thing I want to talk about is the phone also has great haptic feedback when you're typing or receiving notifications. So if I have the phone on vibrates in my pocket, I feel it. It's a really strong vibration, so I always know when I'm getting a notification. And when I'm typing, I love the way it feels. When I'm typing, it feels really, really good. All right. Next thing, the in-display fingerprint, the in-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. I gotta say, y'all, and I'm sorry, this thing needs improvement. And I'm talking, it needs vast improvement. I mean, really. It really does. I don't know what it is, but this thing could definitely be a lot better. I'm not sure why Samsung just can't nail this fingerprint sensor, because it can be very inaccurate, and it has no haptic feedback, no animation. And I'm not talking about that little water ripple. To me, that's not really an animation. I mean, I know some people may say it is, but to me, it's really not. Now, I would show you a phone with an animation, but right now I'm actually using the phone that I can show you that. So I can't really show you that. But to me, that's something they need to add. When you press, they need to make the sensor itself a little bigger. It's too small. And give it some haptic feedback also, with some options to make different animations. That would be nice, Samsung. I mean, with all the features that you put on your phone, that's something you should definitely add. It would be nice. Next thing is the face unlock. The face unlock, I absolutely hate it because it's inaccurate. Also, it's slow. Sometimes it reads my face, sometimes it won't. And this is when I'm not even having a mask on. This isn't when I'm in great lighting conditions. It's just inaccurate, and it could be slow or don't read my face at all. And it's very frustrating. I absolutely hate it. I really do. Now, the fingerprint sensor can be frustrating too, but the face unlock infuriates me so much till I just turn it off. I just can't use it anymore. Maybe, there's some of you out there that's not having any issue with the face unlock at all, but to me, it's inaccurate, it's slow. They need to figure out a way to make this better. Maybe you can get a sensor from OnePlus, because they know how to do a very fast face unlock. And there's other places out there. LG does a pretty good job. And there's other places, companies out here that do good face unlock. Samsung, swallow your pride and get some technology from somebody else to help you with this face unlock, because it's not good. Of course, you got video enhancer that can make the phone look even better with your screen, because you already know the phone has HDR10 plus. So video enhancer enhances the display even further. So that's a beautiful thing to have on this device. Now, next thing, you got the cameras. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got the S20 Ultra, and those cameras on that phone don't look any better than the photos on this phone. They just don't. Not in my opinion. They look pretty similar. Only thing you got over there, you have the capability of 10 times zoom, and of course you go all the way up to 100 times space zoom, which is just overkill and it looks like crap. But that to me, that's pretty much it. I mean, you could zoom in a lot further. I mean, I'm not saying that those S20 Ultra cameras are not good, but they're not that much greater than the cameras on this phone. It's just not. These cameras on here are awesome. They shoot great photos and videos, and I love it. I mean, they shoot them very, very well. And then think about it. With this camera, you got so many modes you can play with. You got single take, live focus video, live focus photos, pro mode, pro photos, pro video mode. You got food mode, night mode, panorama, slow motion, super slow motion, hyperlapse, Bixby Vision, Instagram. It shoots at 4K at 60 frames per second on the rear and the front, and at 1080p at 60 frames per second on the front and the rear. So the cameras on this device are A1. They're excellent. You will absolutely love the cameras on this device, the front and the rear. All right. Next, and the last thing, the reason why I can't take this out of my pocket and give it up, I just can't. It's the S Pen. This is what makes the Note the Note. This is what separates this phone from any other phone on the market, the almighty S Pen. And I love this. Now, I don't use it every day, and that doesn't mean anything. I like the fact that it's in there, so when I want to use it, I can use it for whatever I want to use it for. Now, some people say, If you don't use the S Pen every day, then you're really not a Note fan. I don't agree with that. I love the Note devices. Now, just because I don't use the S Pen every day don't mean I'm not a real Note user. I really am. I love this phone because of the S Pen. That's why I can't swap this out for another device. As far as my number one phone, no, I gotta have that S Pen. I need it, and I love it because it has Bluetooth capabilities. You got the air actions. You can control your apps with your S Pen. You can control shooting modes on your camera. You can take photos with it. You can control your media. You can copy and paste, sign documents, take screenshots, use it as a mouse, create notes, screen off memo, translate writing into text, translate words and phrases by hovering the S Pen over them, write on your calendar, write down notes in multiple colors, and you can use it as a magnifier and much, much more. I mean, these are just some of the things that you can do with the S Pen. It does so many other things than this. And of course, there are videos out there where people will basically take you through every single function and capabilities of the S Pen. I'm not going to do that here because the video is already long as it is. But the S Pen is what makes the Note the Note. And I love this phone, just overall. Like I shared some issues with you that I have. Now, I do still hate the fact that it does not have a headphone jack. I hate that because still I don't care. People say, well, they're trying to push their earbuds, their wireless earbuds, and they don't want to lose money and all that. Look, this is my opinion. I see a lot of people using wireless earbuds, but I still see a lot of people using wired headphones. The people that's going to use the wireless earbuds are going to use them regardless. They're going to use it. And I think probably more people use wireless than they do wired. But it's nice to have an option. And you're going to get better sound with a wired connection, which is what I always say. And also there's people that use it other than just listening to music. They plug it up to make beats and they do different things with it. People want to plug. They have a classic car, want to plug their phone. They have to use, a headphone jack to plug the phone into their car to listen to music. Everybody don't have a car with Bluetooth capabilities. I just got one for the first time last year. So I would have had no way to do it except for some type of headphone jack, the aux cable. I would have had to use that. So Samsung, please bring back the headphone jack. There's just two phones that just got dropped out. I think the Blue G9 Pro or something like that. And then the Poco X something. That just came out. Both of them have headphone jacks. So the headphone jack, y'all, is not dead. I just don't like the fact that, with these top tier, very expensive phones, these companies taking away things like that people like you, like me and many others want. They want a headphone jack. And to me, there was no reason to remove it. Now, I know you want to push your buds. You can still push your buds. People are still going to buy them if they want them. Especially if they sound good, they last long. They're going to buy them. But don't punish people that like a headphone jack. I prefer a wired connection. You're going to get better sound. So, and also the IR blaster. Now, there's some people that don't care about that. I do. When you got a universal remote built into your phone, it's so convenient, especially if you can't find the remote control. And there's other phones that are coming out now that have an IR blaster built in. Samsung used to have it in their phones, but for some odd reason, they took it away. I don't like that. You're taking away things that you didn't have to take away. The headphone jack, you didn't have to take away. The IR blaster, you didn't have to take away. The heart rate monitor, you didn't have to take away. Now, I understand about the iris sensor, even though I hate that you took it away because you're trying to get a bezel-less look. I understand about the LED notification sensor because you want the bezel-less look. I understand for those two things, even though I don't like it, but I understand. But the headphone jack, the IR blaster, and the heart rate monitor, no reason to take those off. Honestly, just not. And the Note, like I said, was always the phone that had everything. That's what got me hooked on becoming a Note user, because it was the biggest and it was the greatest device out there because they didn't skimp on anything, no compromise. They gave you everything. And that's why a lot of people that have the Note 9 don't want to give up the Note 9 because they don't want to give up the headphone jack. Some of them don't want to give up the iris sensor. They don't want to give up the LED notification. They don't want to give up the heart rate monitor. There's things about that phone they just don't want to give up. So I understand it. I understand it. But back to the Note 10 Plus. Love this device. I'm going to keep it at least another year, maybe longer, unless I start having some major issues with it, which I don't think I will. Samsung is going to support it for the next 2 years. I love that. So I do appreciate that. Samsung, get it together, though. These prices are outrageous. Put the headphones back in the box. Put a case in the box. Give us a headphone jack. Give us an IR blaster. We deserve that. We're loyal. We've been loyal to you for a long time. And, you know, the thing about it, you got to get to the point now where you got to get to where forget about loyalty. Because if a company's not going to do right by you and they're going to keep charging you out the wazoo and give you less, sometimes you just got to say no to loyalty and go with the company that's going to give you more value for your money. And in these times that we're in, it's about value. Everybody don't have $1,400, $1,300, $2,000 to spend on a device. They don't. They need value. They need something that they can just grab real quick and be good. And then, but not be skipped. Like, people want the latest, but they don't want to be, you know, they don't want a horrible camera. They don't want something that's slow and laggy. They want a great device. So there's phones that are coming out that are loaded with stuff that you really like, that are useful, but are so hundreds and hundreds of dollars cheaper than these flagships. They're coming out with stuff that flagship phones have on them. 120 hertz refresh rate, headphone jack, 5,100 milliamp battery. Yes. Just over $200 for those devices. So I'm trying to tell y'all, there's more out there. You got to be willing to try different things. Sometimes staying loyal is not a good thing, especially if you're getting screwed over by the companies. Try something else. OnePlus is a great company, great device. Xiaomi, great devices. You got to try them. If you just don't like it, okay. But I'm telling you, you're missing out. There's a lot of other companies out here that are doing great big things and are giving you way more for less. And at the end of the day, it's about your money. So once again, thank you for taking the time to view this content. I appreciate it. This is my review of the Note 10 Plus after 1 year. And any comments or questions, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys are staying safe. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.